live stream here. We said that Trent will be joining soon. But he is here for the Canucks and the Seattle Kraken. This would be big for the Canucks. They're a great team. They would love to win a game like this. This is a huge game with a lot of implications, a lot of playoff implications. We're here for drops here. This game is going to take some time to start, but we are here for it. Let's start with some of the score updates. Start with
Quinn's one of the guys that's always going good, and that team, they need to win.
Women's college basketball. It is at the half. Wow, that was quick. That was a quick half. USC beating UCLA 46-32. That'd be an upset at UCLA.
I like the fact that since they're 12-6, that says to me they finally.
Also, Duke did beat Florida State 100-65. My goodness, a 35-point win for the Blue Devils. Also, Marquette beat Georgetown 76-61. 9-19 in the second half. 62-56 Florida. At the half, also at Iowa State, 43-30. West Virginia and St. Mary's will be starting very soon. In the NHL games, let's see. It's over. Flyers beat the Jets in a shootout. In the first game, actually, to go to overtime in the month of March, but wasn't finished in overtime. Oilers beat Carolina. Montreal beat Buffalo. Ottawa beat San Jose. So that stinks for the Red Wings. And then the Blues are beating the Kings 4-1. And the Devils are at 1-0. So let's go to... And the NBA games are going on as well. Oh, NBA scores. Oh, and there's college hockey as well. Let's not flip around. We got to go college hockey first. No, excuse me. NBA first. 7:43 left in the fourth. 113-102. Spurs beating Memphis. How about that? 7:13 left in the fourth. 103-91 Sacramento. 6:16 left in the third. The Bucks are beating Dallas, the Mavericks. And Golden State losing to Philadelphia right now. It's 81-68 with 8:26 left in the third. Sixers are up. So college hockey, by the way. Trent, how you doing?
Good. Say it with me.
I'm feeling a little bit better.
Peter, say it with me.
I'm not going to say it if it's degrading a team.
The Flyers win.
No, I'm not going to say it. They're saying anything with the Flyers. Princeton upset number 19th ranked Clarkson. I think that was the team that beat. That was the team that beat Quinnipiac last night, and Princeton just upset them. UMass upset UMass Lowell, 17th ranked and 16th ranked. Third ranked team Michigan State with a win, 5-2 over Notre Dame. 7th ranked Providence won 2-1. Shootout. I think BC beat unranked New Hampshire, but only in a shootout. How about that? 13th ranked Quinnipiac shut out St. Lawrence. 14th ranked Minnesota State all over Bemidji State in the back-to-back. Remember, they lost to them last night in the shootout. Well, they got some revenge, beat them 5-1, and UConn 7-1 over Northeastern in their shootout. There are 3 games left in college hockey. Oh my God, is this a typo? Minnesota and Penn State are tied 3-3. That was what happened last night. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Okay, so this is different, but can you believe that, Trent? It's 3-3 again late in the third, just like last night. They do a doubleheader.
Penn State's really, really good. They beat Michigan State a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, but Minnesota's second in the country.
Yeah.
Back-to-back wins against the second-ranked team in the country? That doesn't happen.
Oh, Penn State did that a couple weeks ago to Michigan State.
Third
when
in
they
the
were
country.
number one.
Yeah. So okay, so then Penn State, then let's see if Penn State can beat BC. That would be the final test. That would be one heck of a national championship, Trent. Penn State, Boston College.
Ooh,
That would
that'd be
be a
awesome.
great game. What's up?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love
Also,
that.
trying to get some revenge in the back-to-back. Josh's Denver Pioneers are losing. Josh didn't go to Denver. Eric's Denver Pioneers are losing 2-1 with 8:16 left in the third. All right, where should we go here?
Where are they playing?
St. Cloud State again.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Let's go college. Well, I mean, they're doing the anthem. We're not going to go anywhere. So you wanted to talk about some stuff. So what did you want to talk about?
oh, yeah. It was about that like Florida trade, right?
Terrible.
I don't understand for Florida. Your goaltender's
They
36.
believe because they believe it's the David Savard stuff. So they believe, like Tampa Bay, that this is a guy that you can put on a power play and he could give you defensive depth, and he's the piece to win you a cup. Here's my issue with that. I think you already were on the pace to get a cup, and I wouldn't sacrifice that much. That's what Chicago was asking for. I would say no deal. But hey, that's what they did. It stings. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
No, I mean it doesn't make a lot of sense, but again, is what it is. But we're ready to start this first period between the Canucks and
How old is Knight? He's 23. And
Seattle.
Bobrovsky's, what, 37, 36? He's going to be retired in 3 years, likely,
Who?
within like
Oh,
three. Bobrovsky. And you have an elite young goaltender who you just traded away for a defenseman who's making $9 million a year. It just doesn't make sense. Also,
absolutely. So we are ready
another
now.
thing I want to add, if that's the price for defensemen in this trade deadline, if I'm the Flyers, I'm shopping Risto like crazy. Like,
We will
listing
have a
offers.
live stream. Yeah, no, sorry. Oh, we will have a live stream of that on Friday. I will be somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where I'll be, but I'll be somewhere streaming that. Kevin Lankin in the start in goal. We are monitoring that A&M Florida game, by the way. Florida's third in the country. It's men's basketball. Trent. It is, well, Big Three was just hit by the Gators. They were up by 6. Now they're up by 8. Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense. They're up by 5. Now they're up by 8. Or, no, sorry. I don't know how to count again. Jesus. They were up by 6. Now they're up by 9, but still very close game between Florida and the Aggies. But back to this hockey game on a big one. These two teams. And by the way, I assume you have access to this game, correct? If you
What,
want
Canucks?
to,
Yeah.
stream with me. Yeah.
Yeah, give me like 15 minutes.
Color.
I'll do that.
All right. No, I'm saying you can color with me if you want. If you want to do color. Eliash. Center ice. And the face-off, and it's won by Seattle. They'll bring it in at the blue line. And it's hammered on through off a tip and fed right off. With the standings, the way that they've gone, this is really an intriguing game because in the Western Conference, we are in the final wild card spot in the West. And Dakota Joshua brings the puck back up. Fed one right away. And it's skimmed off. I didn't realize this. Anaheim, for all of the selling the farm and all that stuff we talked about, Anaheim is only 5 points out of a playoff spot. I don't know if you knew this.
Really?
Yeah. They're only 5 points out of a playoff position, which is held by the Canucks.
That's weird.
What's up?
That's weird.
Yeah, they
I
are
definitely thought there'd be like
not only
5 and 5.
that, as Jaden Schwartz is a shot that missed the net, but they they are 5 points ahead of Seattle in the standings. Now, I think they play Chicago tonight, although I could be wrong. I think that's who Chicago is playing. Yes, it is. So that is key. We'll probably have activity on that game. So that is big. In fact, a Canuck regulation loss and an Anaheim win puts Anaheim alarmingly 3 points behind the Canucks for the final playoff spot in the West, which is frightening. It is fed right off that far side. Canucks trying to bank it on in. And it's chopped on out. Now, Calgary lost today. As again, this is settled on down and forged it through. But here is the other issue that they have to worry about. Even though Calgary lost, a Utah win, they're losing to the Devils, but a Utah win and a Canuck regulation loss puts Utah in the final spot in the postseason. And also, St. Louis is beating the Kings 4-1. It does a St. Louis win does help the Canucks in their race to third in the division, but it hurts them in the fact that the Blues would actually hold pace with at 64 points. In fact, if they win, they go to 29-26. The Canucks are at 27-21. Canucks would stay because of the wins and losses, but the Blues would tie them with points. So there's a possibility where a Blue win and a Utah win and a Canuck regulation loss could put the Canucks in a terrible position. There's a point drive, and that would also dictate, Trent, what they would do at the deadline. So,
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple more games that I think the Canucks have 2 more games before the deadline, but still. So this is a pivotal game for them to take Utah and St. Louis off their backs. But the good thing is the Devils are beating Utah, which is great for my Devils and also great for the Canucks. Fed right back out to the point. Speaking of the Devils, they have 2 Hughes. Here's the Canucks. Quinn Hughes drops it off. Fed one back out to the far wall. It's tipped along the far side and backhanded. One of 2 games left in the 10 o'clock. And we'll finish all the other top 25 in NBA and all that stuff with us as well, because they're all likely going to end before this, as it is deflected at the far end. Puck coming out behind the net. It trickles at the point, having some trouble to keep it in, and Seattle gets it out to center. There's Jared McCann. He weaves in at the red line. By the way, we're here in Seattle, Washington for this game. They're 25-31-4. A 13-14-4 record at home, though. They're 12-17 away from their friendly confines of Climate Energy Arena. And a break coming up at center. Beaver Sherwood, backhand feed by Dakota Joshua. Elias back out. Elias dropped from Brock. Fed back out to Marcus Pettersson. A drive, and Elias, the 2 Petterssons try to make it go. It couldn't. Brock on a shoestring and a backhand. Brock tries to delay the line. Fed one back out. Here's Marcus. Marcus drops it off. Back out to Tyler. A drive! Blocked by the screen. Elias trying to kick back the puck. Elias at the far wall. Flipped one along. Brock with a check, and it comes out the center. Spit on down again. There's Connor Garland. Weaves in. Garland got hooked. Pushed aside. Breaking a shot that was deflected. Again off the glass. Tipped on in. Chopped through all on a save. Made, and it's held. Grubauer. What a chance for Tyler Myers. He's had a couple of opportunities. Just like that. And it stays scoreless. Man, this has been something else, though. What a great game that this has been. Puck tipped along right off at the far wall. Chopped it on down, and it comes off the red line. Carson Soucy going back to play the puck. Carson's tied up. Fed one right out in front, and the Kraken missed the net. Forked off the puck, comes out to the point. There's a drive by Montour, and it was deflected. They try to feed it on through. It is banked out. Chopped on down. Closing in at the left hash. Delays at the backhand. You hear me still, Trent?
Yeah.
Chipped off. If you want to mention something, just let me know, okay? Burakovsky corners it off the glass. It's banked at the far boards. Canucks on a drop pass coming right out the red line. And it is Quinn Hughes at the left hash. Hughes and it just delayed and missed it off to the corner. 3-on-2 the other way. There's the shot for Burakovsky. Score. 1-0 Seattle. Kevin Lankinen just never got the glove down in time, and Seattle strikes first. Well, this is a pass across, and Burakovsky just rips it off the glove. Just a bad pass, and a great pass, and a shot over the far side that was hammered down by Burakovsky. The Canucks never got down. They never got down to block the puck. Can I get an oh my God sound effect? And Seattle leads 1-0. Stifle your laughter. Fed one off the blue line, banked at the red, and we'll bring it in. Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer on the far side. Kiefer in a drive, and it goes off the paddle. Fed one through in the backhand. It's wristed on away. Tyler Myers lost it. We have a call. Is this a slash on Seattle? Yes, it is. Eberle's called for the slash. So just after Burakovsky made it 1-0. Yes, Trent, it's 1-0 Seattle, but they are going to be killing a penalty. Good guys to the power play. All right.
Let's go Canucks.
Go Canucks, go. That's the actual chant is go Canucks, go. Back out to Gainesville. Boy, Gators are chomping away right now. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound to Florida. They bring it up at the top of the key. Oh, wait, crap. No. This is a good game, but I forgot about our friends, Penn State. Oh, my goodness. We got to get this game. This hockey game, I mean, right. It's always something here.
We are Penn State.
You're not even a Penn State hockey fan. Your team, I've been doing a lot of hockey last couple of days. Your team hasn't even played. Oh, my goodness. This game's about to be over, and we are not Penn State. Minnesota has a 5-3 lead with 7 seconds left. Oh, where have I seen that before? Face-off tied aside, and it's won by Penn State. They bank it along the far end, but it's not going to be a happy night in Happy Valley. Golden Gophers win it 5-3. Not even a Penn State fan.
No, I like them too, but
we'll go back to Florida. Florida.
Low rider.
No, I'm singing a song from a different artist. An artist that is in a relationship with a former University of Cincinnati tight end. Why can I not find this game? Anyway, back to Vancouver. You should know. You should have an idea of who I'm talking about.
Tay-Tay.
There you go. How did you know he went to Cincinnati? That was obscure. And I remember that draft, and I don't remember him. Now, I will tell you, I remember the Chiefs' previous first-round pick, a lot bigger, Eric Fisher from, actually, I don't remember where he went to college, actually. Quinn Hughes wins the face-off, quit a drive, blocked off the boards. And it's cornered down. We try again to take the puck out of the zone, but cannot. Back out, and it's tipped aside. Now, we have 2 other college hockey games going on right now, as well as the drive is blocked. and it's Elias Pettersson. 3-2 Omaha is beating 12th ranked Arizona State. And with 1:17 left in the third, Denver still trails with the extra man out against St. Cloud State. Fed one towards the net. Save made, and it's chopped along. Bank back out the corner. Oh, and Puce had a chance to tie it. Good. 1:20 left in the man advantage. Quinn wants the puck. Quinn gets it. Delays. Right to the right hash. Back out to the corner. Swivels one. Quinn again. Quinn. A drive. And it is blocked. And Seattle's trying to get the puck out of the zone. They now will. Seattle will send it the length of the ice with a minute to go in the power play. 12:45 to go in the first period. 1-0 Seattle thanks to Andrei Burakovsky. It has been one of those games. Puck swept in. Here's Philip Hedl. Philip drops it out to the point. Swivels one. Here comes the captain. Cap hangs on, holds, delays. Backhand feed up to the left circle. There's Brock again. Brock drops it off back to Quinn. Quinn out to Brock. Two guys that played on the U.S. team. Back to Quinn. Quinn. Brock. Quinn. They play catch. Quinn. Philip. Save made by Grubauer. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Back out to Philip. Philip looks at Quinn. Quinn back to Philip. Quinn delays the line. Over to Brock again. Brock, fat in front, tried the slam dunk play that the Red Wings scored on for the first goal, but it break it in the outdoor game. They unfortunately lost, and it's sent all the way down the ice, and Seattle is going to kill off this penalty they officially have. Here's Tyler steamrolling in up the middle. No shoes up ahead, forked one through. It's tipped aside, blocked out, and Grubauer makes the save. 5-2, shots favor the Canucks. Oh boy, where have I seen this before? 11:44 to go in the first.
Channel is the game on?
Do you have NHL Pass or Hulu, ESPN Plus, and all that crap?
I have ESPN Plus, but it's not popping up for me.
Look up Canucks.
Yeah, I did.
Refresh it again or something. I don't know. Forced on down. And it is, again, fed off the back end. Oh, so by the way, I don't have access to those other hockey games that I was trying to get for college. So we can well, I'll still look at the scores. It's over. St. Cloud State gets revenge. They knock off the number 6 team in the country as it is held in the Seattle zone. St. Cloud State has upset Denver. It's still 3-2 Omaha. No update yet on that. So we'll keep that there, but obviously can't watch it or anything. But that's about it. But Canucks win the faceoff, and it swung in. You good, Trent?
Yeah, I can't find it.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. Do you see anything besides basketball? Fork to the far side. A shot save made. Grubauer only holds with 11:14 to go in the first.
I couldn't find the game. I don't know.
Not a big deal. And yes, they have officially said yes. Final 2-1 St. Cloud State. So we only have that one last game in the top 25, which is 3-2 Omaha with 5:43 left in the third out there in Nebraska. Let's check the NHL professional games, if there's any updates on some games we didn't mention. 5:26 left. Canucks got to figure something out because the Blues look like they're on their way to winning a big game against LA and tying the Canucks for 8th in the West, although the Canucks would have the tiebreaker. They're also already underway in Anaheim, and Seattle's offside. It is scoreless between the Ducks, who the Canucks somehow have to actually watch out for a little bit, in Chicago. And also 7:46 left in the second. Utah's tied it. None of these things are good for the Canucks, by the way, Trent.
No.
They're losing. Utah's tied the game. They do control their own destiny, but still, Kings are losing. Now, if you want to be... Now, if the Canucks start to win, that St. Louis win does help because it drops LA's lead. But you're going to have to start winning games. Right now, you're not winning this game. So the Canucks have to figure that out. LA has 70 points. Right. So if the Canucks win this game and LA loses in regulation, you're only 3 points out at third in the division. But you're going to need those things to happen and take care of your own business. It's part of it. So that will obviously be big. Puck off the hash mark. And he's tipped along. Coming and swinging towards the net. Save made. Rebound loose in front. They jam away at it. Oh, and Kevin Lankinen kicked it aside. Tipped it to the corner. Deflected one down. And it is forked off. Puck at the far boards. By the way, 6 minutes left in the third. USC is beating UCLA 55-44. This is the only other women's top 25 game. And Trent, it is the number 4th team against the number 2 team. And number 4 has a 10-point lead. 10 minutes to go in the first. Dropped it on along. The Canucks will swivel it back up at the red line. Here comes Philip Hedl, steamrolling one through, and Philip missed the net. Seattle tries to move it on the odd man rush. They'll bring numbers. Fed one right at the hash mark. Controlled right to the corner. Tipped off the far side and back out at the red line. Banked in. Eli Tolvanen took the hit, lost it. Gains the puck back. Forked off for Connor Garland. Shanks it off at the red line. The Canucks will weave in. Derek Forbert to motor it in. We have an upset in the NBA. San Antonio beats Memphis 130-128. So the Grizzlies have lost the last two, by the way. And Sacramento has just upset Houston. How interesting that is. That's going to shake up the Western Conference early in the fourth quarter in the final NBA games as Quinn Hughes tried to drop out in front. And the puck again fed back out at the red line. And the Kraken crank in. Also stunning, you're a Pennsylvania guy, Trent. The 76ers have a 6-point lead with no Embiid in Oakland against the Warriors. Or in San Francisco, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very
They
intriguing.
benched him for the year, didn't they? Or knee issues or something. Embiid.
Back in front, score! Pew Suter! Tie game! What a play by Pew Suter. He goes to the net and ricochets it home. And this is a cycle game, Trent. Lost by the first defenseman. Dunn loses another battle. There's a hit there. And then coming from the right circle, almost like he's in a slot shot. This is set up beautifully by Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer picks off Adam Larson. And a beautiful shot for Pew Suter, who ties the game at 1. Pew Suter's had a tremendous year, and we're dead even.
Good.
Good. Just good.
Good.
Puck off at the red line, and Seattle crank in. Unassisted on the goal, even though he forced the turnover. What?
I have a question. If Rantanen doesn't re-sign, where do you think he goes? Or where do you think he goes if he gets traded?
Somewhere like Anaheim or Calgary or probably some
Philly's going to have a lot of cap space.
Some bottom fodder team. Why is ESPN Fantasy telling me now that Seth Jones has been dealt to Sunrise? I was aware of that already. I'll tell you, I do need a Panther jersey, and I'm not getting number 3 Jones. I'll tell you that. Seth Jones from Dallas, Texas, the defenseman. Here's Dakota Joshua, left circle. Dakota shot, and I think it hit the crossbar. Yes, he did. Dakota just hit the crossbar. Here's Brock. Brock feeds back out. Slid one. There's a drive. Saved by Grubauer. He doesn't know where the puck is, and he's got it. 7:18 to go in the first. 10-5 shots favor the Canucks. We are swarming. Where again have I seen that before? But Pew Suter has tied the game. 7:18 to go in the opening frame. 1-1. All right, where do we go here? Where do we go? Let's go to the Florida game. Back to that. Actually,
Who's
Yeah.
Florida playing?
Texas A&M, number 12 in the country.
Oh, I thought you meant hockey.
Well, they did play earlier today, and they beat Calgary 3-0, which was like the
that's
one
right.
helpful thing the Canucks got out of today.
By the way, Fairby had under 10 minutes today
Ugh,
for Calgary.
crazy. This game is about over. It is a 13-point lead for the Gators. There is another game though going on that is. Oh, and now they're going to review. I'm not going to sit here for the review. That, in my opinion, has no merit in reality. Early second half, 20-point lead for Iowa State. Now let's go over to the women's side. Let's USC for the commercial right now. Also, by the way, Trent, because I know you always you're interested in my job sometimes. The they're technically the quarterfinals, but they're like the sectional semifinals. The round before the semifinals, before the state championship, is on for hockey on Monday. So I'll be reporting somewhere, and I know you're interested in that, even though I don't. Yeah.
It was last weekend I was watching. I think it was the number 10 seed. The goalie had a shutout.
Morristown Chatham. Yes, very good game. Very good game. Those in that team specifically, all they do, they are like the trap devils. They like to keep it low scoring. And that coach has been there forever in Morristown. Shot no good. That is the school, actually. You know Dan Quinn for the Commanders.
Yeah.
That's the school he went to and played football at, actually. How about that, Trent?
Interesting. Nice.
Yeah. So when he went to school. It was a decent linebacker. But that was back in the 80s. It was a totally different game. Big check, the far side. And it is crossed on back out at the red line. Tolvanen delays, drips, left hash, and there's a good hit by Brock. Brock slid it on down. Banking it off at the far boards. Tipped in on behind. Seattle moving away with it, 9-5. By the way, that women's basketball game, the winner of the game wins the regular season Big Ten title. And it's UCLA USC. That sounds strange, Big Ten, but look, that's conference they're in now with the dilapidation of the Pac-12. Puck back down off the far wall. He slid that one 9-5. And it is backhanded in for the Canucks to move it. We'll slink it on out. Battle to the corner. Flickered off the wall. Seattle moves on in. We tried to again wrist it through, and it is icing on Seattle. With the puck right back in. Oh, not icing. Actually, call it out of play. So that'll be it. 5:31 to go in the first. I'm going to be back. Let's go NBA actually right now. Philadelphia Golden State.
I can't believe the year they had.
Sixers?
They were bad.
No, that was one of the best series last year, the first round, the Knicks and the Sixers. Curry's going to bring it up. 106-96 Philadelphia. 8:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Curry weaves and deals, and he'll pass it around the end. Fakes the three-pointer. They'll drive inside. Draymond Green is complaining to the official. What's new? There's a foul. Oh, he's complaining to the shooting guard. And listen, they've not had the game that they've wanted to here in Philadelphia. I mean, the Sixers have ran rampant on them. By the way, this is, we believe, the final game to go final in the NBA. Yeah, weird that a game ending at 10:30 would go final soon, but it's the way it is. There's Nick Nurse, former NBA champion coach of the Toronto Raptors. Let's check the other game. 5:56 left in the fourth. It is 114-97 Bucks against Dallas. Mavericks have really been reeling since that Doncic trade trend. 3-pointer from the left corner, no good. Rebound, offensive rebound back for the Warriors. Fakes the pull-up and lays it up and in. And now Golden State is within 7 with 8 minutes to go. Golden State is 7th in the Western Conference. Philadelphia is 12th in the East, and they only have 20 wins, and yet they're winning by 7 against the Warriors. Maxey at the top of the key. Maxey guarded by Green. That's a weird setup. 3-pointer from the right corner. It's good. And it's a 10-point lead for Philadelphia, and we are back to Seattle. Chipped off the far end. Seattle moving along. Burakovsky, who has the lone goal for the Kraken. Our lone goal scored by Pius Suter. Great play to pick it off by Kiefer Sherwood, and they'll force Seattle to send it back in their own zone. They're having problems, Seattle is, getting up to the neutral zone. They finally chip it aside and try to dart through. Tipped alongside. Rattling it on out to the point. Montour off the one knee. There's a bank shot. It comes out of play. 4:47 to go in the first. And we are still tied between the Canucks and Seattle. Face off. Eventually won by Seattle. Done again. A drive towards the net. It's blocked aside. We block it. Put Sticks again in front. Forced on down. And this puck goes back into the Seattle side of the ice. A good mashing hit as it crunches off the far side. And it's battled out behind. It is over in Missouri. Trent, you there? I just always ask just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
I only ask because remember all the glitching?
Yeah.
So because of all the glitching problems we've had, which we don't seem to have, I just ask intermittently. By the way, it is over in Missouri. The Blues win it 4-1 over the Kings, which means right now they tie the Canucks for 8th in the Western Conference. And that game is over. They're out of the second period is done in Salt Lake City. It is 1-1 Devils in Utah. And there's 5:01 left in the first. Scoreless at the Honda Center between Chicago and Anaheim. It is banked all the way down. Tyler Myers to play it. He'll just sweep it to the glove of Kevin Lankinen like he was a curler for the American national team. And there's a good hit there by Dakota Joshua. That we just saw. UCLA Bruins, have cut this lead to 4 with 2:44 left in the third quarter. This game's gone at a slow pace. So the NBA is racing to the finish. So is a lot of the college basketball men's games and the NHL games, but that game's taking a while, so we'll probably spend a lot of time on that one. Seattle banking the puck off the far boards, and puck is out of play. And so with 3:39 to go in the first, that is what we have here. Seattle's shot, as we said, went out of play. Let's take a gander at that Arizona State game, the basketball game. It is 1:10 left in third. Still 3-2 Omaha. Shot towards the net. Score! It's 2-1. Filipino. And the Canucks strike first. Strike again to make their first lead with their 12th shot of the period. 3:33 to go in the opening frame. It's 2-1 Canucks. Any words?
Good.
Filipino goes to the net and banks it in. By the way, you can't get the Canuck game. Can you get Chicago Anaheim?
I believe I do. I believe I have that game.
What?
I believe I have that game.
You wouldn't have Canucks Seattle. You live in Eastern Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
Odd. Very odd. Puck comes right off the corner. Well, I've noticed it might be the certain TV you're using, because there's a TV upstairs that says it doesn't have half the hockey games, but this television and the one in my room have them. But at the same time, this television and that aforementioned television has a bunch of programs that actually work to watch on Prime, and the TV in my room doesn't do anything on Prime. So I think it has to do with how many devices are hooked up to it. I don't know. Unless you only have one TV, and then I'm lost
there's
for it.
a lot, multiple. So that could be it.
Yeah, that's probably why. I mean, if you want to during intermissions, it's up to you. You could always go to another TV and check, but that's up to you. I don't want to push that on you. Seattle slinks it off the red line. The one thing they want to do is push for a goal. We got to stay solid defensively and keep on pushing forward offensively. Canucks will bank it on in, and it is chipped to the far side. Not to go on a tangent, but that aforementioned team you mentioned, the 3-0 in the high school level, Marstown, they did lose to actually another trapping team, Livingston, and they will be playing Monday on a key game against a team that does not play trapping, a team that plays a lot like the Colorado Avalanche. They try to skate through the neutral zone and constantly use the corner boards, which I don't usually see a lot, as offensive momentum. So that'll be intriguing. That is basically the game, real quickly, as Seattle moves the puck. Trent, the game is going to look like, hold on, we think of the defensive teams in the league that are real good. Schwartz a shot wide of the net, and it is banked off at the far side and crossed on in. Seattle doing a good job to check. So it is like, yeah, Seattle playing Colorado. That's what it's like. Trent. All right. Something happened. See, this is why I kept saying his name, because I knew something would have happened. Puck at the far wall.
I'm
You
here.
there?
I'm here. I was looking
CBS?
at CBS Sports.
Okay. All I was saying was that the high school game that I was mentioning, it's like Seattle, Colorado. Penalty coming up against Seattle. Like, it's a trapping team that has some lines that have depth, but they kind of just play team offense, team defense against a team that just does full speed into the neutral zone. And you always love that when it's two overlapping styles. And it is going to be a penalty on Seattle. They started early good in this period. They are really playing. They're not playing good hockey right now. And the Canucks, we can take advantage of that. Going on the power play with a minute 19 to go in the first. This would be a great opportunity. By the way, we have a final from Gainesville, 89-70. Yes, a 19-point win for the number 3 team in the country. Florida beats Texas A&M. So, of course, that and very intriguing result. Quinn to the point, back out at the hash. Quinn back out the left circle. Drive to the left circle. Back out, mirrors into the slot. There's Quinn. Quinn. Right over to Connor. Connor Garland. A drive. It's deflected wide. And it's Filipino. Phillip to the point. Back out to Connor. Right over to Quinn. Quinn a drive. Save made. Rebound loose in front. Begged away at it. Brock delays. One-timer. Blast. It's blocked. And Jake DeBrusque is down. And he gets back up to his feet and Seattle clears the zone. Under a minute to go in the first. A minute 15 left in the man advantage. We lead 2-1. We scored 2 unanswered. We are 1 of 5 this season on power plays against Seattle. Delays, it's Elias. Elias chipped it at the far corner. Deflected again. Elias twists, turns. Quinn, back to Elias. Left hash. Elias dropped it and he missed the edge. Elias again. Towards the net. Try to force one through. It's banked the far side. There's a backhander. It's missed and Seattle clears the zone. And that will do it for the period. 40 seconds remaining. 41, actually, they put on the power play. Jake looks like he's healthy now. And we're going to go to break. 2-1 Canucks. They have finished this period in a monstrous way. Seattle demonstrative the way that they've kind of went down. But they only trail by 1. But we have a 2-1 lead with 41 seconds left on the man advantage. As we go to break. All right.
I was just looking at Prime Video. It's unavailable for me for some reason.
Not on Prime. It would be on ESPN Plus.
Well, yeah, I know, but I couldn't find it on ESPN Plus. I looked at Prime and said it was unavailable.
I'm saying try a different TV in the house. That's what I was saying. If you want to, only if you want to. It doesn't have to do with ESPN Plus. Let's do it with the TV because there's so many TVs synced up. That's what the house.
Let me see.
All right, we're gonna go to the women's game. Actually, no, we're gonna go to the other NHL games for a second, depending on how much time is left. And they're at the end of the first as well, so no, we won't. Where should we go? Where should we go? Actually, no, the NBA game. Sorry, that would be the game to go to. We're at the end of the first here, and at the end of the first, they're still scoreless between Anaheim and Chicago, and they're at a break between Golden State and Philadelphia. 4:03 left in the fourth. It's 116-112 Sixers. 2:20 in the fourth. 121-109 Milwaukee. I'm not seeing anything. All right, how much time is left in the USC-UCLA game? They're about to end the third quarter. 62-51. And we'll stay with the NBA game. It is over. It is final. And Omaha has upset Arizona State 4-2. Also 67-45 in favor of 9th-ranked Iowa State. Late in the first half, it's 19-15 West Virginia trying to upset 25th-ranked BYU. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Oregon State by 2, close against St. Mary. Probably finish those as well. And we are back to San Fran. And there's some stat I didn't realize that. Apparently, Curry usually lays the ball up. He doesn't dunk it. It's his first recorded dunk since 2019. No, they don't care about that. They don't care about the fact they're down by 4. And that aforementioned man, Steph Curry's got the basketball. Trent, are you there? Or are you checking the TV? I assume he's checking the TV. Fed out to the right corner for 3. It is no good. The rebound almost dunked home, but instead it falls to Philadelphia. 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers move it up. Cross over George. Driving. 3-pointer from the left corner. It is no good. It is rebounded by Curry. Great job on getting the rebound. Curry. High tempo. Back out to the right elbow. Driving towards the basket. Lays it up and now the Warriors are within 2. Just a hair over 3 minutes left. So Philadelphia's large lead has dissipated. What happened? Does it have it? It's the TV. It's the TV. It's 100% TV. Rolls in and out. Golden State brings it up. And now Draymond Green. Trent, while you were away, Golden State is only within 2 now. And they have the ball. Draymond Green driving towards the basket. Green, Euro step, layup. The bunny is no good. Sixers are going to bring it up. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Crossover. Twist to his right. Maxey settles back out at the elbow. Maxey watching the defender, trying to close him down. Maxey driving, floater off the rim. Also, while you were gone, is that Arizona State lost. Omaha upset them 4-2. Curry from the right corner. Curry, what a pass. And the Warriors have tied the game with 2 minutes to go. Philadelphia has 2 timeouts. Maybe you think about calling one now. Maxey waits for the screen. 29 points for Curry. Scored 56 the other night. Driving towards the basket. It is good. And Philadelphia takes the lead back. Grimes. But now here come the Warriors the other way. No good. Rebound up in the air. Philadelphia is able to get it. And they bring it up. Tyrese Maxey. Speed at the left elbow. Back out to Maxey. Over to the right corner for 3. It is good. And the lead is 5. Timeout. Golden State. 121. 116. Allen Iverson is in the building, and he is hyped. Sixers late have a big lead. If they want any hope of making the playoffs or the play-in, they need wins like this, and they are 1:31 from it. What a shot by Yabusele. All right, still there, Trent? Okay. Where do we go now? Let's go USC, UCLA. Trojans moving the ball here. He crosses out the big, makes the fadeaway. They lead by 13. Rebound for the Bruins. UCLA's got to go. They need points with 9:30 to go in the game. Pick and roll to the right corner in the inside post, and she lays it up and in. They won't go away. It is USC by 11. The winner wins the Big Ten title outright before the tournament. To the right corner, now out to the free throw line. Jumper, good. USC goes back up by 13. 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Bruins bring it up out to the right corner. Swiveling, drives, kicks it back out to the right 3-point line. A 3. It is no good. Up in the air, rebounded by USC. Here comes USC now at the right wing. Takes the 3, driving. Back out at the elbow. Towards the basket. Twists, turns, finger roll. Good. Off the glass and in. And it is 68-53 USC. Kiki Arifia for the Trojans. Top of the key and a shot. Pull-up jumper is good. UCLA still staying in it. The deficit back to 13. He stole the ball. No foul, but the Trojans come up with it. 8 minutes to go in the 4th. USC has 4 timeouts. UCLA only has 2. 3-pointer good. And the lead is now 71-55. USC pulling away. Top of the key rotates in. Free throw line jumper. Mid-range bounces off the top of the basket. No good. And USC is coming with speed. To the right corner for 3. Good again. Oh, my word. It is suddenly, remember how it was a 13-point lead and went down to 11? It's now a 19-point lead for USC. Avery Howell with the shot. UCLA needs quick baskets. They're getting rolled right now by their southern neighbors. No good. Rebound. Whose ball? Bruins ball. And substitutions are coming in now. Let me know if you have anything you want to talk about or ask me, okay, Trent?
Okay.
Trent's just like, good. Okay. Right corner, top of the key. Pick and roll to the big. Twists. And the layup is no good. She draws the foul. A couple of free throws coming, and we're going to switch. We're going to go back to the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia 76ers, they are late beating the Warriors. Oh, they're talking about the Mishkov goal in the shootout. Ugh. Gross. No, I'm just joking.
But
Meanwhile, a challenge by Steve Kerr. This would be the last timeout for Kerr if this is an unsuccessful challenge and a foul by Draymond Green on Grimes, who would be shooting 3. He is 1 of 5 in the line tonight.
At the half, St. Mary's only up by 1 against Oregon State, by the way. But they are reviewing a shot. Was it a foul, I think, on Draymond Green? A shot by Philadelphia. I think they are calling yes a foul. By the way, the Bucks have beaten Dallas 132 to 117. This is the final game of the NBA today. 56 seconds left and Philadelphia leading by 2. Quentin Grimes is 43 points, a career high, and it could stretch to even more. First free throw for Grimes. It is good. The lead is 3. Another make would be brutal for Golden State. And they do not have any timeouts, Trent. He hits the first 2. This is the third because he was fouled from the 3-point line, and it is no good. And it's out of bounds, but whose ball? Sixers ball, I think. It's Sixers ball, and they don't have a timeout. Golden State doesn't have a timeout. Twisting and turning and loses the ball, and now it's his Golden State ball. So now Golden State has the ball with 48 seconds left. Down by 3, but now Toronto looks to see that was his old team. Philadelphia looks to see if they want to challenge if this ball went out off of Golden State or off of Philadelphia. That's what they are doing. He calls a timeout. We're using that timeout. They're going to go to break. We'll go back to USC UCLA, but before we do that, we mentioned that it is early in the third, and the Devils have a 2-1 lead over Utah, which is great for the Devils and the Canucks. So it is a 2-1 lead for the Devils there. Let's go USC UCLA. Uh-oh, something happened. What just happened?
Mind and has those instincts. And so a lot of those plays, some of those blocks, some of that is freelancing.
And that's why they have had such success. As Von Oelhoffen fouls out of this ball game, it's an off-the-ball foul on an inbound play, so they lose one of the players who steers this offense with 5:11 to go. To your point, sir, Area fan talked about that she comes from Stanford, which was a very
foul out. UCLA trying a three-point shot. That is no good. And it's rebounded by USC. They lead by 17 points. Trojans bringing the ball up, a three-pointer, no good. Rebound up in the air. UCLA ball. But they need a run right now. Back off at half court. 4:40 to go in the fourth. Driving, a shot, no good. Rebound up in the air. Trojans get it, and they'll bring it up. Back out inside the paint. She pivots, turns, twists. Tough fadeaway, no good. And whose ball? Bruins ball. Let's go back to the NBA thing. They're going to call a timeout. I think they're going to go to commercial breaks. It's perfect to go to a timeout. They're still reviewing what the ball went off of. They're still looking at the review. And we'll monitor what the call is.
The Sixers have done a good job of forcing Steph Curry to give the ball up here, Lexi. He's got 13.
It did it again? All right. Try it again. Try it again. Really? I enjoyed talking to you. Are you going to come back at all or not at all? I can see if it sends. Well, let me see something. Yeah, you can just go back on. Oh, later you'll join back. All right. Second period or end of second? Just let me know so I can kind of. So I'm not like randomly talking, so I can kind of alert people, or at least I can alert myself. It is Philadelphia ball. It will be Sixers basketball. Kelly Oubre to bring it in for the 76ers. This is really bad for Golden State because they don't have a timeout. And they trail by 3. And a second, okay. Nick Nurse is to make sure they know what the play is that they want run here. Maxey. Twisted over to George. George driving. Tough fadeaway. Good. Paul George. And the lead is 5. Golden State need points in a hurry. Curry. Watched by Kelly Oubre. Curry gets the screen. A deep 3. No good off the top of the rim. Philadelphia keeps it in. Tyrese Maxey loses the ball. But it'll be Warriors ball. Maxey lost the ball. And Golden State will keep possession. But they do trail by 5 after that tough shot late in the shot clock by Paul George for the 76ers late in the fourth quarter. Warriors ball. I'll keep it on so I can tell you the final, but we are back in Seattle. Canucks lead 2-1 to start this second period. In a big, this should be a big win for them, especially because Utah is losing, which means that even if somehow they lose in regulation, the Canucks would stay in 8th in the West if this holds. Now, I believe Devils still lead that a Utah point and a Canuck regulation loss, I believe still. Yeah, that's fine because they need 2 to win. So anything other than a win for Utah and the Canucks stay in the final wild card spot, regardless of what Utah does. But then they, would slink forward on an LA spot. 10 seconds left in the power play. Canucks will bring it in at the left hash. Dropped one towards the point. Tipped alongside. Marcus twists. Penalty's over. Seattle's killed it. They tried to force a break pass to the man coming out of the box. They were unable to do so because the Canucks got good active sticks and a save made by Grubauer right after that penalty ended. And I think they said Jake just hit the post as well. Jake DeBrusk is back. Phillip is on the ice. He'll bank it right on off the point. And Jake DeBrusk chasing the puck. He's forced along with it. Also, they're back in the second period in Anaheim. It is still scoreless between the Ducks and the Blackhawks. We've had only one overtime period played in the first day of March hockey, but no game decided in overtime yet. Maybe that one shootout, that was the one goal in the shootout too, scored by Matt V. Mishkov of the Philadelphia Flyers. Offside is the call, and the Canucks are peppering Grubauer with shots. I believe 13 saves for Grubauer and 5 for our goaltender. Kevin Lankinen. Forced it on along. Mahura was there. It's chipped along and fed down at the far side. We have a final, 126-119, NBA in the books. Philadelphia upsets the Warriors. What a win for the 76ers. Chopped on off the corner. Brock Besser with a hit. And Pius Suter delays the line, coming right back out at the red. Dakota Joshua on the one hand. He's chipped off the far wall. Dakota again trying to bank it on in. Dunn twists it off the far wall. And chopped in. Larson banks it off a couple of sticks. And down it goes. Carson Soucy battling it over to Brock Besser. Chipped along the blue line. Elias Pettersson back out to Derek Forbert. Derek a drive out behind the net. Forged one on down. Carson Soucy. And this one is over the glass with 16:55 to go in the second. 15-7 shots favor the Canucks. And the goals favor the Canucks. We lead 2-1. The other game's going on non-hockey. 2:53 left in the fourth quarter. 78-61 USC against UCLA in the women's game. And they're still at the half. 25-19 BYU in front. And they just started the second half. St. Mary's up 34-33 over Oregon State. And 3:33 left in the second half. They're on a commercial break. Iowa State up 71-57. They look like they'll win. The number 9th team playing the number 22nd team in a huge Big 12 matchup. Forced right off the slot, and it's tipped aside. Seattle can't get the puck out of the zone. It's backhand flipped right off the corner and along the far wall. Seattle chasing with it. Andre Burakovsky, he'll slip in. Quinn gets it along the far side. Seattle banked it out across. Oliver Bjorkstrand trying to get the puck from him. Burakovsky back out to the point. A typical shot that got cranked aside. The backhander was turned over. The Canucks look away from it. Philip Running. And it chipped out for Burakovsky. A shot and a save made. Looking for his second of the game. Burakovsky's bumped off the puck. Good check. There's Burakovsky. He's still twisted over a couple of muscling hits. Puck back to the point. There's a drive. Score. Bjorkstrand went in front, and Seattle's tied it. Oliver Bjorkstrand deflected it, swinging his hockey stick around like a baseball bat, like he played for the Seattle Mariners. And Oliver Bjorkstrand just goes right to the goal, tips it in, and Seattle has tied this game. Well, you gotta have active sticks. The Canucks lost the battle on the far boards, and Oliver Bjorkstrand's able to tie it for Seattle. Again, the Canucks have had a monster game. Where have we seen this before? But a shot from Montour, who won a Stanley Cup last year with the Panthers, finds Painter, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Forced it along, shoot it back in. The 16th goal of the year for Bjorkstrand. Tyler goes back to play it. Tyler's pushed off the puck, backhanded off the boards, and cornered on in. Canucks no longer leading now. There's Eberle. Drips it. Drive. Kicked aside by Lankinen. Kevin kicked it off to the corner. Sherwood shoots it in. Banked along the boards at Josh Mahura, who tipped it along. Glove down. And banked in right hash. Niels Hoglander right through and a hit. And Seattle escapes with the puck. They'll bring it in. It's Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz dive bombed and settled on down. Took back out Puce Suter's way. Seattle working with it. And the backhand out behind. Forced off the corner. Tipped it on the side. By the way, it's 2-1 Devils, about midway left in the game. Forced one. There's done a shot. Blocked aside. Well done to block it to the corner. Here's Seattle. Slinks it on in. It's Larson in a one-timer. Didn't get a lot of lumber on it. Backhands it off to the corner. We'll move in. Puce banks it to the far side. A hit by Besser. Played it on down. Good check by Dakota. Forced off the far side. Chopped on down. We got a penalty, I believe, on us. With 13:20 seconds to go in the second. Yes, Seattle goes to the power play, looking for their second lead of the game. We're going to go to break. Here, let's go to... Yep, we're going to go to Arizona. And actually, no, let's finish off the USC-UCLA game. It appears over. 50 seconds left. We got a jump ball. 51 seconds left officially. And a 17-point lead for the Trojans, who appear on their way.
I don't know what will, but you're talking about 2 1-seeds here. I wouldn't imagine UCLA is going to lose that standing, depending on obviously what happens.
Yeah, shot no good. Foul by the Trojans. I don't know why you'd foul there, but they do.
Dave and his last 365 days to tell you that a rivalry isn't
That is fun.
in your season. Timeout USC, 30-second timeout. When Michigan beat Ohio State again in college football, it was electric in the wrong way in talk radio town in Columbus. You lose to your rival, there is major sting. There are recruiting ramifications as well. However, this is a long game for both of these teams. As we go into the
Still
first
27 seconds left in this game. We're going to do the same thing we do in the NBA. And it is 80-65 there to USC. Its game is basically over. But it's going to be Hronik, Phillip for high sticking with 13:26 to go in the second. They go to the power play looking to take the lead. Forced off one right through, and Bjorkstrand hammered it through, but a save made by Kevin Lankinen. 2 seconds into the power play, the man advantage. Quinn has gone to the locker room. That is not good. He needs to come back. And we will try to get the puck out of the zone. Tyler does. Right out into the defensive zone. 1:30 to go on the man advantage. And Quinn has just appeared onto the bench. So that's good. It was very quick. By the way, it's over. USC has won the regular season title in women's basketball in the Big Ten. They beat UCLA in what is an upset, but it's a close upset because number 4 being number 2. Deflected at the far end, a bouncing puck off at the red line. Banked it on down. And forced aside. Kiefer, chance in shorthanded, not able to do much with it. As it was forged on back. And deflected aside. Puck at the far wall. We bring it in, 2-on-1, shorthanded. Here's a break, Lafferty towards the net, backhander, score! A shorthanded goal, and it's 3-2. Dakota Joshua on the 16th shot on net, and the Canucks have retaken the lead. 3-2 on a shorthanded 2-on-1. What a play by Lafferty and a backhand beauty. From Dakota Joshua. And Grubauer never got the pad down, and the Canucks have taken the 3-2 lead. Five shorthanded goals allowed this year for Seattle, and they just iced the puck with 11:45 to go in the second, and the penalty is over. We kill it off and get a shorty. What a play. By the way, we got 1:23 left in the second half in Iowa State. They are up 82-67, overwhelming lead there. We get, but I don't think that's going to be the case in the other games. We got what's about to be only a 10-point lead for BYU, and only a 5-point lead for St. Mary's. The two ranked teams with close leads against unranked opponents. That's going to be interesting as Carson Soucy goes back to grab the puck and fling it along. Let's look at that game in Salt Lake City. It's got 7:16 left in it, and the Devils just got an insurance marker. 3-1 good guys in Salt Lake City against Utah. Although I do like Utah, but not tonight. And we have our first goals at the Honda Center, one each, 1-1, 10:09 to go in the second, between the Blackhawks and the Ducks. Forced them back down, and we'll go out to retrieve it. Quinn again, he'll slide it off the far wall. Tipped from Brock. Tanev skates in. Tanev got chopped down. A mashing hit the other side. And there's Quinn. Quinn delays the line. Twists and it's back off at the red line. Seattle bank it on in. Try to forge it up high. Good hit in the corner to try to twist it aside. It wrestled on down. It can be flung through from the corner and out again. Seattle on the backhand. What a turnover. Bring in, he loses the puck. And Seattle backhands it again to center ice. Connor Garland steals in. Garland skates it across. Swaffed it on through. And risked it, and a shot by Tyler Myers, and a shot save made. And then the puck just cleared off the glass. 9:30 to go in the second. 3-2 Canucks. They'll wind up with a hit to take the puck off the far side. By the way, Chicago has taken a 2-1 lead over Anaheim. Pickpocketed one, and he's banked away from the linesman. We'll bring it on up. Tyler Myers chipped it up to center. Höglander loses the puck. Here comes Seattle on the odd man rush. Out ahead, left circle. Backhander stoned and stopped by Kevin Lankinen. We go to break. 58:57 to go for the Canucks lead 3-2 thanks to a shorty by Dakota Joshua. By the way, Iowa State beat Arizona State 84-67. Where do we go here? You know what? Let's actually not go to basketball. Let's go to a little bit of the Anaheim, Chicago. Actually, no, because we can do that in the third. Yeah. Let's go to the college. Which game? I'm going to go to the Oregon State game. Here we go.
Now Taxes is tapping into a TurboTax expert and credit card. You can get your refund up to 5.
And a three, good. 3-pointer for Cy for the Beavers. And Oregon State only trails by 2. St. Mary's, the 23rd team in the country, leading only by 2 against unranked Oregon State, one of only 2 teams in the Pac-12 this year. The other being Washington State, who's playing right now, but is unranked, playing an unranked team. Trying to pivot at the free throw line. St. Mary's needs to get a shot off. They drive towards the lane. Tough 3-pointer. It's good! And St. Mary's goes up by 5. Gales lead 50-45. Well, this is a good game for sure. We'll go back to that in a little bit as we're back to Seattle. Seattle wins the draw. It's forked on through. 8:50 to go in the second. We lead with 16 to 10 shots. Not a lot of shots in this game. Tipped aside, Puce towards the net. Puck deflected up. And here comes Seattle. Long at the red line. And clanked in. A good hit. Forced off the boards. Puck comes back out to the point. Twisting one wide. There's a drive. Again, missing the net. Long Susie tries to clear it out to center. There's Jake DeBrusque. Jake goes back to get it. 4-1 shots favor Seattle in this period. Yet, Seattle has had 4 of those shots stopped. And the one shot was a shorthanded shot for the Canucks, and it went in the net. There's a shot. Save! Lankinen. Make that 5-1. Shots favoring Seattle. Yet they trail with 7:54 to play in the second period. No, it is the Devils up 3-1. Devils are up 3-1 right now with 4:14 left in the game. And unless Utah wins, anything will go for the Canucks. They tie it. Score. Right from the draw, I believe that was Beniers who went to the net, and Seattle has tied it for a third time. Matt Beniers went in front of Kevin Lankinen, and with 7:52 left in the second, Seattle has tied it in a period where they've started to find their own offense. Well done, let it go. Beniers with a perfect tip. I mean, nobody ties them up. It's never going to do anything. What I was about to say was that without a Utah win, the Canucks, no matter the result, are still 8th in the West, but you want to win. And now we're tied again. So Matt Beniers gets the tying goal, and we're tied up at 3-3, 16 to 12 shots, and now the Canucks ice the puck. By the way, we got about the same amount of time out in Anaheim. And it is 2-1 Blackhawks against the Ducks. Just a hair over 3 minutes. Devils lead 3-1. You'd think Vimielka would leave soon in that game. I'll give you the final. Obviously, you know I can't do that game. That's why I'm not. He was forced in. He took a hit. Trying to chip and chase. 7:20 to go in the second. Canucks move it up at the red line. Dakota Joshua. Oh, what a stop made by Grubauer. Dakota has had a goal today. 3-3 our score and a backhand feed. And now motoring in, it's Adam Larson. Larson a drive. And it's deflected out of play with 7:05 to go in the second. $50-47 St. Mary's, by the way. 39-24 BYU. So they're starting to pull away from the Mountaineers. Mountaineers need a bit of a run in that one. Those are your updates.
2.5 games against them so far. Got the overtime winner and that comeback win in Vancouver back in December. This matchup used his broke his stick trying to play the puck around. And Seattle looks to take advantage.
Back fire in front, they score. And it's LA Tolvanen. And it's 4-3. Seattle has retaken the lead, a shot towards the net. Tolvanen went to the net, and again, Trent, I think we've seen this before at Ohio State University a couple hours ago. It's the same type of thing, and Seattle has taken the lead again. Tolvanen went to the net. He tips it in. He beats Myers to the goal. And Seattle now leads 4-3 against the Canucks. And it is not what you want. Canucks need to find a tying goal. 6:40 to go in the second. A man goes down. They slide through. They always try to slide to grab the puck. Burakovsky in the O-zone. Burakovsky swings back out to the point in a rolling puck. And also those were two very quick goals in succession from one another. One to tie the game and one to give Seattle the lead. 17-13 shots favor Seattle. And Seattle leads. And now here come the Canucks. 2-on-2. We can break and force something here. Phillip gets slammed. It's crunched.
He has been a bit of a roller coaster with Seattle opening the scoring back in the first. Vancouver getting the lead.
6:02 left in the second. Another stoppage. The Canucks down by 3. By what? By 1. 4-3. That one just out of play. And that'll be that. We go to break. So we go to, as you said, we should not break. Let's go back to St. Mary's, Oregon State. Free throws for Tay again. They trail by 4. This one good. And now they only trail by 3. 52-49. St. Mary's. With 11 minutes to go in the second. Gales bring it up. Morsakis. Top of the key out to the left wing. Drops to the right corner. Fakes the 3. Fakes it again. It's blocked. They get it right back, though. 10 seconds left of the shot clock. Driving through the screen. Faked one at the wing. 3-pointer. No. Tough J. No good. Rebound. Oregon State. They could tie this here if they'd like to. At the left corner. Thinking about it. Bounce passed in the corner. Thought about the 3-point pass out. Twists. Turns. Fakes. A launcher. No good. Off the top of the rim. Got a tough fall away. Out to the corner. Driving at the left 3-point line. Looking out at the top of the key. Gale's moving. Back out to the left wing. Good defense by Oregon State. He's got to step away and launch a deep 3 off the glass and good. What a shot. The Gales fans love it. Oregon State brings it up. They trail by 6 because of that huge 3 at the end of the shot clock. Mark Leonis, 20 points for St. Mary's. We're back to Seattle. And we ice the puck with 5:47 left in the second. By the way, Chicago has now gone up 3-1. And the Devils have beaten Utah 3-1. It's over. It's final. The Devils have beaten Utah, which means that no matter what happens in this game, the Canucks will go into the night in a playoff spot in the Western Conference. 4th or 8th. But they share it with the Blues. They'd like to not share it, and they can not share it with a point, as that is forked back out to center, and Carson Soucy goes back to play it. Well, 2 games left this one, and also with his 5:19 left in the Honda Center, 3-2 Chicago. So it was 3-1. Remember, it was 3-1, and then Anaheim just got a goal back. So they're back and forth out there in California. But we're here in Washington. where the Canucks are trailing by a goal, and the puck is going to go all the way down, and it is not going to be icing. We'll clear it off the glass. Crutch on down. There's Dakota Joshua. Dakota drop one. Here's Brock in the backhand. Backhand swivels. It's blocked aside. Brock trying to get the puck back. He's forced out behind the net. He battled by Larson. Adam Larson. Phillips got to clear on through, and now Seattle's going to bring on an odd man rush. They pickpocket the puck and force it on the far boards, along the far boards. Crunched on down. There's a battle for it. Besser again. Off at the backhand. Quinn Hughes. Dakota Joshua twists in. Forced to the pass. A man comes up the left circle. Hold, shoot, save. Grubauer, and there's no reinforcements. Seattle bring it up again. Forced to Jaden Schwartz in the backhand, and it goes twisted behind the net. Trying to get the puck out of the zone. It's tipped off the red line, and down it goes. Will it be enough for icing? No, it will not. Try to take off those icing calls. It's towards the net. The save made. Tipped again. There's Beniers. Beniers rattles it on down. Forked aside, looking for Schwartz. Schwartz lost it. Garland. Connor Garland tried to chip it in. We want to make sure we stay onside. We're not onside right now. Delayed offside against us. Seattle waits. Forked it up high. Chipped off Jared McCann. 3 minutes to go in the second period. 4-3 Seattle lead. And it's far down in front of the save by Lankin, and he holds. Kevin made the stop with 2:55 to go in the second. Well, you're back, and the Canucks are trailing 4-3, trying to tie the game after two quick goals by succession. The other games going on, 8:25 left in the second half, 57-53 St. Mary's, 11:44 left in the second half, 46-29 BYU, and Devils beat Utah, so they're on the final wild card spot. The Canucks will stay there tonight, and with 4:11 to go in the second period, it is 3-2 in favor of Chicago. Puck banked up the boards, a drive, and it goes off the glass. Forged it on out. Dropped off again. Where the Canucks try to battle it on in. Battle down. Backhands off the corner. Is clanked on down. Kevin Lankinen will play it. 2 minutes to go on the second. 4-3 Seattle lead. They regroup. Vince done with it. Done. Try to drop it along. Second intermission will start soon. So let me know when you want to join on the joint stream. Trent. And we will force the play coming up the middle. Niels drops it off. Try to feed one at the right circle. Tipped wide of the net. And glanced it on at the right hash. Delays. Puce out to the point. Quinn drops it off. Tyler, a drive. Blocked aside and now held by Grubauer, who has played a whale of a game. A mammoth game. 1:30 left in the second.
Seconds remaining in the period. Face on to his right. And it'll be Heedle against Shane Wright. Yeah, we've seen some goals right off the face-offs. You want to make sure you're detailed in this tail end of periods. Heedle trying to go forward and get to the puck. Kraken break it up. Then we can.
Forged off.
2 assists in this
Puck punched at the right circle. Tipped it on down, and it's banked at the red line. Here comes Burakovsky. A shot. Save! Lankinen! What a stop by him. Well, they tried to get
Yeah, the end of my vocal cords on that one. Here's a face-off pitch for Seattle. Down the room, blocked by Brock Besser.
puck off the corner. Sorry, I'm laughing at something. 50 seconds left. Banked at the red line and batted on down off the boards. Pettersson, Marcus try to drop it along and get it out. Done. We can't get it out. Swung out into the slot. Backhand feed Tanev. Tanev right hash. Back out to the point. There's a shot. Denied. Backhanded on in. Tipped off the far side. Dropped it. Tyler Myers swung back. Grubauer behind the net, and that's the period. Seattle leads 4-3. Going to the third. 1 period left, and we will have it on the puck drops here. The Canucks and Seattle. I mean, man, it's been one of those games, but yep, that's just how it goes sometimes. Not what you want, but Seattle leads 4-3. All right, let's finish the Chicago game. It is 3 to the period. It is 25 seconds left in the second. Swung one back. Vlasic tried to hold it on in. We know that they have traded Seth Jones today, so obviously he's not in the lineup. He'll be on his way down south. Penn State plays Michigan in the quarterfinal of what, hockey? How's that already set? Deflected right off the corner. And that is it. And that's the end of the period. 3-2 Chicago. Also, you want to jump on, you could jump on now. I don't see what you're talking about. Maybe the Big Ten tournament for basketball, I can see that. But it is the end of the second. All right. Where are we going? I know where we're going. St. Mary's, Oregon State. 5:55 left in the second half. And it's close. The West Virginia BYU game is not close.
It's easy when you know what to do. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to 40%. Trivago's my secret. Hotel? Trivago.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those
5:33 to go in the second. It is the Beavers by 7. This is where they could get out of hand because we got another free throw, and it's no good, though, for the Gales. So rebound Oregon State. But they got to get a run here. DeMarco Minor has 3 points, but he's also got 4 fouls. It's not good. Bounce passed off to the elbow. Out to the right corner 3. Trying to keep it in. Goes out to the left corner for 3. And it is no good. And they whistled a foul on the Gales. If to Lake the second try to step away from him. They are not in the bonus yet. Although I think they might have just gotten into the bonus. I still give them 6 fouls, so no, one more and they'll be in the bonus. Out to the right corner, fakes the 3, driving, waits for the pick and roll, top of the key, 5:10 to go in the second half. Lost the basketball, and it's off of the Beavers. St. Mary's ball. Oh, that's right. Oregon State got put in the WCC because that's another conference. But they can be Pac-12 in football and other sports.
The second division, we'll have our Sunday headlines coming up shortly. The Kraken 3 kicking goals in this game. That ties for the most by any team in the game this season. 4-3. If you've heard of this play, we're going to break it down. Scoop Project the afternoon. Well, this is going to be our version of Scoop Line it anyway. So we're going to be the top. It's not going to do the drawing. So Seattle's third goal, the tip goal from down here. This is rebound, gets an up and have yourself. You want to look at what they're doing first and foremost. This looks like it's going to be on a win, a D to D one time. So as a winner for Vancouver, your job, find your defenseman. Professor, his job is to come out. He has to check down and then move over to Larson. But for Joshua on the outside, he is straight out to good stuff. If you're Pedersen, the centerman, the one thing you cannot do here is lose this top clean. If you do, you have to stay with him. You have to hold. So if we run this, they do get a fortuitous bounce, which is going to go straight back. The taller Joshua actually gets there, but this shot's going 6 feet wide. That's how they get the tip on it. If you're Pedersen,
St. Mary's moving the ball a little bit. The foul being called on Oregon State.
And nobody in Vancouver is happy with that, Luke. Nobody. And then this goal, too, is the same thing of like boxing guys out. Could use bad breaks his stick, literally has nothing.
Like that.
Basically, you want to just latch onto a guy and try out body position.
The free throw, good. Is it 61 to 53? Here's the second. Good. 61 to 53. St. Mary's. Oregon State has 2 timeouts, so do the Gales. Saxon goes over to the bench. They are wiping off the sweat on the floor here.
Just a great game for the Canucks. So Dakota Joshua told me in the summer that he was really looking forward to proving that he was worth the money that he signed in the offseason. Awarded a great contract, he deserves it. And tonight, he's had a tough start to the season, just staying healthy and everything. And tonight, it's a great snapshot of what he brings. The first shift there, this, the hit, taking pucks wide, using his size. They love his size. He's a power forward, that was when he rang it off the bar. And he's got some offensive upside, obviously, too. He can put the puck in the net, and you see on the goal, little give and go, moves really well for a big man. Well, that's the mitts right here. That's the mitts of the goal scorer.
And it is forced off. And it's good for the Gales. They lead by 11. Oregon State thinking about the timeout. They have 2 to use. They're in the bonus. But they are on a big drought, scoreless, and another foul. They didn't like the placement on one of their forwards, so I just want to go screaming at him about that. Again, Trent, let me know if you want to. I'll actually ask you on this.
Jones is traded to the Panthers along with a 4th-round pick in exchange for a conditional 1st-rounder and Spencer Knight, who becomes the Blackhawks goalie of the future. The Blackhawks retain 26%. That makes Jones a $7 million player.
Free throw coming, good.
Panthers was with them in Columbus. Rangers and Avalanche.
Okay. You'll join at 12? All right. I don't know how much time is left for the intermission. 64-55. St. Mary's leads again, as we said, by 11. They'll bring it up the left side of the three-point line. Under 4 minutes left. Gills at the right corner. Thinking about driving inside. Let's see what they want to do here. Dropped off. Beavers. Moving the ball. Right corner, no good. Foul against St. Mary's. So Oregon State has put themselves in a position now because they're only down 11. 2 shots they make them. They can get down 9. And they are close to getting into bonus plus. All right, we'll go to West Virginia, BYU. 7:13 to go in the second. It is all Brigham Young. Free throw good. They lead 65-39 against the Mountaineers. But I don't know if they're gonna give that. Although honestly, you know what? That actually is a good deal because the Leafs want a guy like him, and the Leafs give up prospects way too easily. Turnover and a foul against BYU. 2 free throws coming for the Mountaineers. West Virginia.
The second largest crowd ever watching an NHL game, only falling behind the Winter Classic at the Big House in Michigan in 2014. The crowd of 94,751 saw Columbus beat Detroit 5-3. The Blue Jackets strengthening their playoff position. First and last twice for Columbus, and Ottawa's win tonight puts them within 2 of the Red Wings for the final class of the East. What about it? It's Alex Ovechkin. Remember Alex Louis was the wonderful fan who loved Ovechkin, and Ovi brought him to a game at Toronto, and he said, "I'll score a goal for you tonight." He got 40. He's due to break the record April the 4th as Ovechkin at home.
25 points. BYU leads.
Top of the key. Dropping it right corner. Twisting it off the free throw line. Floater off the glass, and it's in. BYU gets it to go, and they're leading 67-40. Here comes West Virginia, top of the key 3, and it's good. It is good. So it's 67-43. We're going to go back to St. Mary's.
Their champion MVP, he certainly is for the squad. He also made an appearance in your Daisy Cottage Cheese keys to the game.
Off out of the break.
Not going to go so well. How about this right here? Hold up the 5 threes. They're 3 of 11. Amazing. Because I thought hold under 5 threes was like a super aggressive number. Sure enough, they're right there. Hence, they have an 11-point lead. Oregon State's a good 3-point shooting team. 37% is a good number in college basketball. Right now, their average is
all right.
7 points.
So what do we have here? We have the Gales figuring out what they want to do. We have Oregon State back to the 2 free throws to make this a single-digit lead.
It's taken a while for this team to get what you've been talking about all night. Connectivity.
Parsafala will have his second. Fala makes it both. Only a 9-point lead for St. Mary's. Fala goes to the bench. St. Mary's makes some changes as well. 3:28 to go in the game. 66-57. Gales. There's the trap. They'll bring it up at the corner. Twisting it off to the far side. Long at the end. Top of the, nope. Left wing to the left corner. Twisting and turning. Right corner. Fakes. 3. No good. Rebound to Oregon State. Beavers bring it up. Driving towards the basket. Twisting and turning. It's out of bounds. But it was blocked by St. Mary's.
Field goal drought of 5.5 minutes right now for Oregon State. See, 3-point shooter out on him quickly.
Oregon State Beavers will try to move it up here. 2:30 to go in the second half. They need something going. And he hits a 3-pointer, although it's not going to count. I think a foul is being called against St. Mary's. An off-ball foul.
Next year, Oregon State, they add a few pieces, they keep the pieces. They can be really good. I mean, they're Wallace back, Matai's back, and the Vicious back.
So some free throws coming. The first sinks. It rolls in.
It becomes like a conference of all the coaches and assistant coaches. Rich Waltz, you sounded like a coach right there.
Could be a big deal here for Oregon State. Second is good, and they're about to start the third very soon in Seattle, which is great.
They are not eligible for NIL. They can't go back to their countries in the summer and make some money. So they're not attracted by agents who say, I can get you.
Corner twisting towards the basket. It is good. The Gales go back up. Within 9 is Oregon State. 2 minutes to go in the game. Beavers need something here. Saxon has a double-double. 12 points, 11 rebounds. It is good. And he draws the foul, which could put Oregon State as Menor. It could put Oregon State within 6. What a shot by Menor. Also, Trent, you said you were going to join at 12, so just let me know when that would be. It's now officially March 2nd, Sunday. And he hits the free throw, and they're within 6.
2 minutes left here in Moraga. The West Coast Conference regular season champs.
68-62, St. Mary's beating Oregon State right now.
CBS Sports Network. Just a great day in a lot of conferences. Here in the West Coast Conference, St. Mary's trying to polish the resume. Jerry Palm has them at a 7. Brent Stover, Chris Walker, Roy Hibbert, John Rothstein will give you their impressions of St. Mary's, where they think they should lie, and maybe talk about their NCAA tournament hopes, just like you have discussed. There's your reset for these two teams.
This will be intriguing.
Yeah, like, I think if they go up against a very talented squad that maybe lacks that connectivity, I think that they can take
No way, 4:17 left in
depending on their draw.
Utah. It is 70-43 BYU.
After those two schools,
They're up 27 against West Virginia.
anybody can beat anybody at any given night.
Full court pressure now by Oregon State.
It's a full court trap. Oregon State puts on the pressure,
Still, 6-point lead.
trying to force some turnovers by the Gales. St. Mary's doing a good job right now. Top of the key, looking for the alley-oop. It's deflected. It is taken by Oregon State. They almost went out of bounds. He's able to keep it inbounds. And a leaping catch to grab the out-of-bounds pass, almost like a wide receiver. He turtled down to the hardwood here. Driving, it's Menor. Menor, pump fake. Right down into the post. No good. Rebound, put back. Good. And Oregon State is within 4 with a minute to go. In St. Mary's. Good trap. St. Mary's has 2 timeouts. Oregon State has 1. Not really deciding a foul. Yeah, no need a foul right now. They only trail by 4. Back out to the right corner. Sliding one, a three-point shot. It's good! And that's a dagger that could really kill the Beavers right now. It is now a 7-point lead, 71-64. Oregon State, over 3, or maybe 8, and 1. He is stripped and is out of bounds, and it's off Oregon State. Wait, just at him? Yeah, there it is. It's off Oregon State. Oh, my goodness. They're starting to implode a little bit, but we'll go back to that later. Looks like St. Mary's is going to hang on. What's up, Trent?
Nothing much.
So you're going to stay with us for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I'll try.
So a third period, and we're underway, and Seattle leads by a goal. 4-3. I do not think they are not out of the second yet, but soon. 3-2 Chicago in that other hockey game. Quinn Hughes darts it up the middle. It's Pettersson. Elias, right circle. Shot towards the net, and it missed the net. Seattle banked it up the far side. With the backhand, chips and they'll move players coming in on goal, and this shot just misses the net. Forced it off Dakota Joshua. Punched it in aside. There's a drive by Larson. It's blocked out, and Dakota Joshua sends it like the ice. Is it going to be icing? No, and it goes right out to Grubauer. We're going to go back to play it because it was going frontal on the net. Drop down. To the far side. Deflected one again, and a save made. Is that banked up high? Tyler's drive, and it's stopped by Grubauer. And Connor Garland had so many opportunities, a lot of chances for the Canucks, but we still are not able to punch one in the net. And it is. So they almost forced one through in the open net, but Grubauer, after a bad play, is able to hold the line. And early in the third, early in the third, the Canucks can't score. Forced on back up. Tipped into the Canucks side of the ice. Forged it on down. Warded along. Deflected one, and the man came right back down. And tripped off the far side along the end. Twisting in a backhand. Comes out Derek Forbert, left circle. Forbert back for a drive. This one goes wide of the net. Trying to bank it along. Cannot. Seattle will clip it up to center. Drop pass Burakovsky and a rolling puck. The Canucks again try to send it out. It is forced to center off the red line. And here comes Seattle. We're changing on the play. Burakovsky delays. Save Lankinen. And he holds. Lankinen, what a stop on Andre Burakovsky. Trent?
What?
No, I didn't know if you were going to say something. I didn't know if you wanted to talk right now, since you wanted to be on, so I didn't know if you wanted to talk.
The Sixers win.
What?
The 76ers win.
The what?
76ers.
Yeah, we streamed that, yep.
Oh.
Yeah, we got that. I got that. The idea is, during the breaks, we're going to stream those other college basketball games, but they look like they're going to be done. So we'll either do the Anaheim game, that's that one, or maybe also the Gonzaga, just parts of it during the breaks. But that's not ranked, so we're going to put priority on the Anaheim game. But yeah. But did you get access to watch this, or are you watching something else?
Other stuff.
What are you watching?
Other stuff.
What?
Other stuff.
What are you watching?
Old Fortnite clips.
Oh, okay. Anything Dusty with "Oh my God" effects? It's a oh my God sound without mentioning what I'm mentioning. Just nod or just text me on Instagram if that's
No.
But anyway, the Canucks will force it on through on the backhand. All right, stop. Very entertaining. Puck towards the net. It's deflected off the far corner. If you're getting really giddy, just Instagram message me.
No.
Puck off
No,
the
I'm
far
good.
side. What's up?
Nothing.
Message me what nothing was. Anyway, we got to. We'll let you know at the college games. And it's over. The Gales have survived. 74-64. They beat Oregon State. There's 2:28 left in the second half. 73-46 BYU. I mean, a barnstorming. They're barnstorming. Early in the third, it is 3-2 Chicago. By the way. Forced on down. Power play for the Kraken. Yeah, Seattle's going to the power play. So 4 seconds into that power play, and this shot is out of play. It was banked out. And again, not what you want, but forced on down. And tipped along the far side, where it can go all the way down. Backhanded up, Puce. The puck goes all the way down. About 5 minutes played in this third period. Minute 20 to go on the man advantage for Seattle. Drop pass. They'll circulate it off the red line. They cranked at the right hash, looking for a man to drop it and hold it along. That was done again. And he could not. Got a steal the other way. Fed one in front and a save by the Cord. Dakota had a chance to tie it, but unable to. Here comes Seattle. A minute left in the man advantage. In a power play, twisting. It's Capo Kakko. Kakko at the left hash. Kakko drops it off to the point. Kakko delays. Waits. Works it right out Beniers. He's got a goal. Beniers. Back out to Montour. Shot save made. Rebound. It's Kakko. Left hash. Kakko to Beniers. Beniers a shot. And it glanced off the glass. Off the boards. Canucks always do well against Seattle, but right now they trail. Kakko. Back out to the left hash. Kakko again. The give and go. Towed it. Beniers. And it's deflected wide. Blocked off the far side. Lankinen might have also kicked the pad and scooped that aside as it goes all the way down to the Cord. The Cord playing it up. Montour was on that far side. Soucy battles it in. Crossed one into the slot. Missed, but Montour a drive. Score.
Boo.
5-3 Seattle. 14:22 to go in the third. And Brandon Montour lances one. And now Seattle has their first multi-goal lead. It's 5-3, and you want to talk about deja vu? We literally saw that score before. Montour with a ripper, and Seattle leads by a 2-goal bulge on an unstoppable shot. He's been trying to hammer it. He gets it finally on net. And Seattle with 20 shots. They're 2 behind the Canucks and have a 2-goal lead. Forced off the red line, down out to the Cord. He plays it out behind the net. Montour back out with it. We now trail by 2, and now here comes Tolvanen. Twists on the brakes. Tolvanen back up off the corner. He's hit. We try to jar the puck loose. Fed one down. They'll bank it aside. It's Tolvanen. Fed one back out. One-timer. Save made. Lankinen. He holds. With 13:49 to go in the third. And I think we're going to go to a break, right? Yeah, we are. We're going to break. So West Virginia, BYU, though that likely is over now. Yes, it is. It is over. So we will go to the hockey, the Anaheim. And Anaheim nearly took the lead. Tied the game one, and they nearly got within one as Chicago was taking a 4-2 lead. Soderblom with the stop, and Wyatt Johnston and Pat Maroon are arguing at each other, Trent. That's the other game, Chicago and Anaheim. 14:29 left in the third.
Fight.
What?
Fight.
No fight. Soderblom makes the save again off a far angle shot. With 14:24 left in the third.
I'm not so sure that Lacombe was trying to score with that shot. I think he was just trying to get it to the top of the goal crease.
Troy Terry back out there. Face off won by the Ducks. Slink's trying to find the man coming to the point. Tipped at the far angle, and it's kicked aside. Then by Soderblom. Hit by Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi looking for the puck. Ducks would love to get a goal here. A drive from the corner. Stop Soderblom. Right circle. Terry on. It's wide of the net. Ducks looking for something here. There's Vetrano. Fed one back out. I don't know why he wasn't talked about in the trade deadline stuff as Bertuzzi winds it down and wide. But we are going to Seattle back again, where Seattle has a 2-goal lead. It's 5-3. And if the Anaheim-Chicago game, which likely will be, is still going on when this game goes final, we'll finish that up.
You think Dostal gets traded?
What?
You think Lucas Dostal gets traded?
I don't know. No idea. Puck banked in. Got to get the puck out of the zone. We got to get 2 goals here. But we stay 8th in. You felt like they were going to win this one, but now Seattle is starting to ramp up the pressure offensively. In fact, they're only 1 shot behind the Canucks now. And they already have the 2-goal lead. But now here's a break. Got to have it. Fed one at the right circle. There's a shot saved, Accord. O'Connor, and it's fed right off the wall. It glances on back. And Hughes back, fed along. By the way, they're going to break. 12:56 left in the third. In Anaheim, it is still 2-2 Ducks and Blackhawks. Puck comes off the crease. Back out to the point. Quinn, a drive. Save made, rebound, loose in front. They jam away at it. On the court, kicked it aside. And Seattle gets the puck out of the zone. That close for the Canucks, but no dice. Seattle gets guys coming in. There's Eberle. Puck comes out to the wall. Eberle is hit. We'll try to flip it. Kick to the stick. There's Quinn. Quinn ramps it on in. It's forced from the puck. There's Niels. Dripping it on through. He thought he was hooked. He loses the puck, and it's Carson Soucy. Carson will drip it on in. Forced away. Again from Myers. Tyler Myers. Canucks are kind of browbeat this right now at the center. And it's Elias chasing the play, and it's icing against us. So we'll have a face-off in front as the Canucks were that close to getting within 1. Niels Hoglander at the doorstep tried to rattle it through the cord, and he was just unable to do so, Trent. And now Canucks really need a goal here. Trent.
What?
So the Canucks really need a goal here. I thought you were going to talk. I didn't know.
Is it
I know
still
you're
5-3?
Yeah.
How much time is left?
11:35 left in the third period. 5-3 Seattle. Almost halfway through this frame. Right circle, Burakovsky drips the line back out to the point. There's a drive by Montour and a save made by Kevin Lankinen. 25-21 shots. Shots still favor the Canucks as a brand new inkling of Kraken coast onto the ice. Big news in Southern California. It is a 5-on-3 for the Blackhawks, already up 2, so they could really just lance the Ducks here with a couple of key goals. Anyway, the Canucks win the draw, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Tyler Myers backhands it out behind the net. Once again, Trent, I'm going to mention it again. If you have any questions about anything going on in this game or in general, just let me know. Don't feel afraid to ask. If anybody has any questions comes in, don't feel afraid to ask as well. Tyler Myers a drive, saved by the Cord. Cord paddles it down the boards, trying to get the chip pass, and they're trying to free their speed. They got their speed going, but here comes our defense to cut it off. Trying to keep it in. Adam Larson a shot, and it's deflected wide. 10:50 to go in the third. 5-3, Seattle. Larson again. Banking one through. By the way, Chicago has just scored a goal in the 5-on-3, so now there'll be a 5-on-4. It's Donato, and it is 5-2 Blackhawks. That's a brutal loss for Anaheim to take if they do lose. 10:20 to go in the third. Seattle swing in, coming up at the right hash. Puts on the brakes. Back out to the corner. We got to get this out of the zone. Stevenson pushed aside. Carson Soucy back out. Larson locking in for it. Here comes a man coming back out at the left circle for us. Drop past that O'Connor. O'Connor to Quinn. Quinn behind the net. Twists away from Tolvanen. Spins from him. Quinn back out at the slot. Backhand feed right circle. There's a chance for the net. Couldn't get that to go. Roy hits him back on a play. And the puck is poked aside. Forced on down. There's a hit. Another good check. Canucks battle away with it. Still trying to poke the puck loose. Quinn Hughes towards the net and a save by the Cord. Quinn Hughes another drive. Glanced it wide of the net. 50 seconds left on ozone time that we hold. Connor Garland behind the net. Ball with the wraparound. Drops it off to the point. Quinn. Seattle is dead tired. Myers a drive wide of the net. Seattle's trying to get the puck out of the zone. You hope that they can ice it. If they do, they can't. A one-timer saved the Cord. He's leaping to grab the puck and hold it. He finally does with 8:46 to go in the third. That was a tremendous shift for the Canucks. We're really hoping they could ice it, so they had to get the same guys out there. But they don't. They seal it up with 8:46 to go. Seattle leads 5-3. It's getting late early. Trent, Canucks need a goal desperately, but 8:46 left in the game.
Whatever your cancer journey, there's one place in New Jersey.
Saying that it was the Blackhawks that put the puck back into the
We're back to Chicago. Anaheim killed one of the penalties, but not the first. Brian Dumoulin comes into the bench for Anaheim, a guy that I didn't even know was playing for the Ducks. Trent, did you know that?
No.
That Brian Dumoulin was a Duck?
No.
Puck comes right off the corner. Chicago looking for more. Going to glance it on in. And the Ducks will force it on back. 10:30 to go on the third. 28-19 shots favor the locals, but they trail by 3. What's up? What's up? I heard you laugh. I forget it. Ducks will motor it on in. Cut in off the blue line. Chopped in at the red. Backhanded over from the Soderblom. And trying to go back up is Reichel. Far side. Blackhawks looking for a lane there. Nothing doing though.
Pokes the puck to the near side. Puck's able to get on top of it, and now Ellison lays it back. Gudis indirect off the boards, and Killorn it's going the other way, lobbing it in on goal. Soderblom
Forged up, and Soderblom will hold on. 9:38 to go in the third.
in front of the bench. Helmet knocked off of Craig Smith. I didn't see what happened there. Did he collide with Alex Killorn? Killorn was in the vicinity.
Craig Smith
Maroon is talking to Alex Killorn.
shaken up a little bit for the Blackhawks.
Craig Smith seems to be in some distress as he heads immediately to the Blackhawk locker room. Right to the locker room. That puck came in from the other side of the red line. And because Soderblom froze it down, it should.
And he is all, he looks like he's on his feet and good. By the way, we're back in Seattle. 5-3 Canucks. Trent, I think, I got tired. I'm not sure. As he said, we'll go to finish that game as well. If that game has time left, and this game does not. Forced its backhanded off and chipped along the boards. Good hit. Crossed on down, it's Tyler Myers. He'll chip it up at the far side. Turnover, and Seattle will ring it in. Hey, Trent, you want to come back and try it again, or not really? Yeah, let me know if you want to come back. There's not a lot of time left in the game. Only 7:50. Puck poked in. Canucks will try to rattle that on in. All right. Yeah, I know. You're tired. I'm tired. I can tell you're tired by your voice. You can tell I'm tired by my voice. I mean, I'm a Canuck fan who lives in the East Coast, so it's always a battle. Elias. Making it on in. Elias is hit. Goes off up at the far side. And chipped in again. Garland. Rattles on in. Waits. Toes it. Backhander. Stopped by the cord with 7:06 to go in the third. They need to get something going, though. They know that.
He's got 20 wins this year. He had 22 in his career coming into the season. His dad's a goaltender coach. Been doing that for a long time. Currently employed at Boston University. He's the goalie coach there, and also has a goalie teaching and coaching business called Stop It Goaltending.
But fed down along. Crossed on down. Back out the left hash. Tried to toe one. Wrap around chance. And Lankinen went down. Made a good play. Marcus Pettersson back out. Forced down, and it will go out of play over into the Seattle bench. And again, just not what you want. Forced it up. Hoglander. Neil back out. Looking over to Riker Evans. Evans dropped it along. 5:40 to go in the third. 5-3 Seattle leads. They need to get something going here. Yes, suppose there were some rumors of Dossel being traded. Maybe Edmonton or Colorado. Edmonton would make a lot of sense. A stop again by the cord. We got a break. 5:31 to go in the third. 5-3, Seattle. All right, back here. 8:25 to go in the third. 6-2 in favor of Chicago. Ducks will rattle it in at the neutral zone. Chicago again works on rattling it off the far side. Anaheim would again love to lock it on down. An attempt to poke check it aside. Hit to the corner. And now here comes Chicago. A drive. And a save made. Leeson tried to rip that one. 7:20 to go in the third. It is still 6-2.
Just cheated a little bit out of that goal crease. Blackhawks have got 3 goals in this third period on 5 shots.
For the Blackhawks. They have truly moved the puck with effort.
That's the case for the Blackhawks, except it's back in Chicago on Monday night as the Kings are out on an Eastern swing. The Ducks go back on the road after this one, and they'll have a difficult Western Canadian back-to-back. It begins in Edmonton on Tuesday and finishes up on Wednesday in Vancouver.
There's a shot high, and Bedard banked over the goal. So the Canucks, I believe the Canucks' last game before the deadline, so is Wednesday night at home against the Anaheim. So especially because of how they're playing Seattle now, that is going to be big. That's Anaheim actually would be coming off a game against Edmonton. Yeah, that's why the Red Wing loss was really brutal, because Flyers are in that position, so is Boston, so is Ottawa. It's really irritating. Puck back out to the point, coming over to the right circle, trying to mirror into the slot. There's a drive, stopped by the cord. You can't solve them right now.
Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on Sportsnet. Some movement today around the NHL for trades. Trio. Some teams getting ahead of the game. 5:10 remaining in the third. And the Kraken get the puck off the draw.
Puck poked aside. Now it tries to deflect it right off the boards. Unable to do much with it, though. They attempted to do so. Back out. 4:30 left in the third. You wonder when Kevin Lankinen leaves. Seattle lifts it into the zone. Almost effortlessly. I don't know how it felt. I don't know how he punched that through. Banked it on down and tried to battle it again, but just could not. Deflected down. Tipped away from Alexiak. And that will be icing against Seattle with 3:33 to go in the third. 3-3-3s in the third. We are pulling Kevin Lankinen just like that. How about that? Pius Suter deflected in. Elias comes back out as well. Pius beating for Elias. They'll bank it out to center ice. The extra man is on the ice. Right off at the far side. DeBrusk. There's Marcus. Back to Elias. Elias to Marcus. Marcus. Right circle Brock. Phillip. Marcus. Marcus, a hammer. Wide of the net. Try to bank it on in and couldn't. Elias flew that backhand off the corner. And it's back down the wall. And the puck is going to go all the way down. And it will be icing. No, not icing. Because Seattle won the race. And a crunching hit. 2:30 to go in the third. 5-3 in favor of Seattle. Back in again, and that one winded down. Two minutes to go in the third period. It is 5-3 Seattle. It's been that way for a while in this one. Only one goal in the period, and it belonged to Brandon Montour and Seattle. To Cord, he's going for the empty net, and it is blocked up at center. We saw Sorokin do that earlier. It's forked down, and now a turnover. There's one man with a stick trying to play defense, and they score. 6-3 Seattle, and that might do it. Tolvanen. He has his second of the year. Eli Tolvanen with 1:31 to go. Tolvanen went right back out in the odd-man rush. Sunk the puck in the empty net. As we said, that should be it with 1:31 to go. Puck comes right back out to the cord. It is flown off the far side. Chip down close off to it, and nothing doing as Seattle nearly got another. Right now in what is basically a garbage period. Well, it is. Fought off from Burakovsky. He'll move that down. Banked it along. 20 seconds to go in the third, and we have a stoppage with 21 seconds left. Maybe the net was off. Not sure what that was about.
Seeing on the schedule that coming out of their February break, they have 5 of the next 6 games versus Pacific Division teams. No points against Vegas, no points against Utah. The overtime winner against Los Angeles could lose to Anaheim. And their next game's against Anaheim, and teams behind them are closer than they're here. Kraken control off the draw. Evans with a shot attempt blocked. And here comes
Fed back down, and that should be enough as DeCord makes the save. He's had a tremendous night. And Eberle steams ahead with 3 seconds to go. He'll shoot it to the boards, and Seattle wins. They don't usually win against us, but they get one here. 6-3 in a game the Canucks probably feel like they should have had. Seattle wins it 6-3.
finished the game without Quinn Hughes for the last half of the third period.
All right, we'll go to Chicago, Anaheim, and that'll be it. Now we don't think too much was a big deal. Under a minute to go. Anaheim did get a goal. They trail by 2. And they're announcing it right now as the puck was freed up from the corner. He brought down this one far angled to the far wall. Under 90 seconds left. Ducks need 3, but it might be a little too late for them. It's the way a lot of people are thinking right now. Is that it's going to be a stoppage. Chicago plays the next game on Monday at home against the Kings, then at home against Ottawa, and they'll play against Utah on Friday, but not before the trade deadline. So 2 games, both at home before the trade deadline against Los Angeles and Ottawa. But they don't play a divisional game until Saturday when they host. Actually, no, they travel to Bridgestone Arena to take on the Predators. Well, it's a big one, though, for Chicago. And that one just missed as well as try to chop it through. 30 seconds left. This appears like looks like that Chicago is going to win this hockey game. Under 10 seconds left. They'll spin it into the zone. And that is going to be it. And Chicago wins in a big way here in Anaheim. And the Chicago Blackhawks have won it 6-3. Hey, Eric, you come in right as the stream is ending. But Chicago wins it 6-3 after the Canucks fall, the Red Wings fall. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody. Oh, okay, make the announcement real quick. I'm tired. I gotta end this stream.
Stops 28-31. And the Hawks are 6-1 up on the Ducks. Mike Kaiser back up.
Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm tired and I've been straight. I'll tell you, I streamed the Red Wing game. I took an hour break, streamed this game. I am exhausted. Why? He didn't even play today. Okay. All right. I'll tell you guys later. All right. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey.